So, I was, starting my warm up for my Scorpios, just getting a couple cards, trying to see what the reading was kind of going to be about. Because at first I was going to do Water Collective, but it seems like you all got a little something different going on here. Cancer was dealing with somebody who was immature, materialistically wise. Pisces was dealing with somebody, or they are dealing with their own immaturities, their own escapism. And then it seems like you guys, either are Aquarius or you is deceiving you. That maybe you don't need help with something. I also got the Let Your Friends Help You card earlier, thinking on you guys. So I just wanted to pass that by you guys, that if you guys feel like you guys need help, or like there's nobody to run to, Spirit says there is. There is. You just have to maybe think a little bit harder. You guys got me getting the stress ball. Got stressed out? Are my Scorpios stressed? Well, let's fix that. Please, Spirit, give me a message of love, peace, light, and wisdom for my Scorpios. I'm going to go with that. Stress. I'm going to go with that. The focus. I just seen the focus card on the bottom. And sometimes we're stressing ourselves out because we're taking on too much. That could be a part of the cold, harsh truth that's possibly going to be coming along for you water signs. Period is. You got to focus on yourself. You only got one life. You're only one person. Can't fix everything, but you can do what you guys put your mind to and what you guys believe you guys can do. Your dreams just need a practical plan. Gotta keep reminding you guys that, because a practical plan is not jumping at every opportunity or every option that you have. This is a self-building card. It's the harvest, but she's harvesting on her own. She's not with a group harvesting. She's not delegating between people. She's harvesting her own. She grew it. Now she's harvesting. Besides maybe her little companion bird that she's got right there. And just because you're self-building doesn't mean that you don't need help or shouldn't be able to ask for help. There should be people in your life who love you enough to help you self-build. Especially if they're already good and they're just now a teacher, They already self-built and now they're good at self-building and they can pass it on to somebody. Spirit says to say thank you to all of you teachers out there that are not just regular teachers, academic teachers, but just to all of you teachers. Those of you who take the time out of your day, out of your life to teach a man how to fish versus just leave him with a fish. That person. The person who understands the value of knowledge, the value of, because, it's not just about knowing stuff so you can be smarter than everybody and be more powerful, but it's like at the end of the day, knowing certain things at the end of the day do help. And teaching is not the easiest thing because there are also a lot of different students out there. So, King of Pentacles is on the bottom. Yes, focus on your coins, save your money. Like, if you're trying to save money and you know that you're actively trying to fill up your savings account, now is obviously not the time to go out and get everybody a gift. You're still trying to save money. You're still not there. There might also be a Libra or a Earth sign involved. So Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. Or a legal situation. Which, once again, if you got a legal situation going on, like you got tickets coming, or, you guys got an accident, something, you need to be focused on that. Like, even when you go to grocery shopping or you go eat at McDonald's, you should be thinking, like, but in the future, I might still need this $10. You don't want to be stingy, or you don't want to be, like, too stingy with yourself, as in, like, to where you're not even living life anymore. But you do want to harvest and then also have a rainy day. Fun. Have a blanket, a parachute, something to catch yourself. Goodness. That's part of self-building. You want your foundation and you want your roof. Then how you going to build a roof? Just a roof? You better build the rest of the house first. I mean, my goodness. Next card for my Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Well, that's like the heartbreaking card. Yeah, like, well, why are you might be working, you might be wondering, like, why am I working so hard? Or why am I having to work so hard? Why is this so hard? Why does this almost feel like something I can't handle? It's because your harvest wasn't just going to you at first, so maybe now you're realizing you should keep stuff to yourself. Because you need that. Or you and your kids need that. You and your family need that. And then after that, you realize, wow, I don't even need to take on as many overtime hours as I usually do just to meet the bills. Like, I'm not having to work my butt off just to meet the bills, because at the end of the day, the bills weren't the problem. Bills, that's normal adult stuff. We have cost of living for a reason. You feel me? To where we all know what our cost of living really should be in our minimum wage for a reason. So we should be able to always, some way, somehow meet our own independent needs. But when we add on everybody else onto our back, that's not even serving us, how can we expect our harvest to be, you know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with helping everybody out every now and then, but somebody who always needs help, they're always going to need help until you teach them how to help themselves. Third card for my Scorpio, Sun, Rising, and Venus. What's stressing them out? Spirit, what is stressing my Scorpios out? Scorpio, Sun, Rising, and Venus. What is stressing them out? You don't feel like you have enough. Then the Magician card. Well, all of these is upside. Okay. There's a Juggling card. Because you want to be able to have fun too. You want to be able to Death card. You want to be able to enjoy people. Y'all are so intense. But you guys are also water signs. You guys have a lot of love to give. It's like, honestly, like I say that Scorpios love, like the way that they love, the passions they have for things can be scary sometimes, can be intimidating to some people who don't know how to accept such things. But it seems like you're a yes. Well, that's the answer to your problem, Scorpios. If you're taking on everybody else's problems and you're not saying no, and you constantly find yourself saying no to yourself and yes to everybody else, how does that make sense? How are you always saying no to yourself because you said yes to everybody else? You should say yes to yourself first, at least. You should be able to say, if you can't even say yes to yourself, also you shouldn't be saying yes to nobody else either. And yes, this is like the financially inept card, the financial loss card. Or did you get a harvest and you got so happy about this harvest that you stopped working as hard as you used to, and so now you have even less than you had before? So there's two ways that this is going here. One person needs to focus on themselves, therefore save themselves, as in, get back stable, because they have everything that they need. They're just giving away too much of it. And then there's somebody else who, like they always say, never turn their, like even like in a movie, you see like they think that they got the villain down or whatever, and then they turn their back and be like, oh, that was so hard. Oh my goodness, thank God that's over. And then they get beat up or they get shot or something because they turn their back on the enemy. And the truth is, if you stop deceiving yourself, you'll realize that work is never done. There's always room for self-improvement. There's always something, you know what I'm saying? There's always up. You can always go up. There's a lowest, but there ain't a highest, because I believe that we are all infinite. And you should believe that too. So if you believe that, why would you stop just because you got a good harvest one time? Or because you've been getting a good harvest, so now you stop being the hard worker that you were? Because Spirit will kick your butt for that. Or you stop being the character that you are. Like you can get, like for if you happen to be like in school or something, like you can get all great grades because you've been studying. And then the one time you don't study, you might fail that test. And that's because at the end of the day, this is a different test. This is not the last test. Life is like the same way. It's not gonna give you the same test twice. If you pass the last one, it's gonna give you a new test. Because there's still more to learn. Another card for my Scorpios. Everything is fine. It's just a little, everything will be fine. Just a little trouble on the home front, which that could probably be solved by you curing that. Maybe cutting some people off, cutting some things off. Last card for my Scorpios, please. Maybe by even cutting off a Cancer, or getting in your stop being. Well, this looked like it was in reverse when it fell on the ground. It was in reverse to me. So I'm gonna read it that way because this is the Chariot card, right? And going along with this, you may have used to be Captain Saberham, or you weren't. Whichever one you used to be, you're supposed to be the other one now. And it don't even gotta be, for any, you feel me, like, if you're a male, it has to be females, or, like, it could even be your friends. Like, you got, like, a friend that always needs you something. That's the only time they ever come around is because they need your help. Because they need to talk about something. Because they need, because they want, because they want, because they need, because they need, because they want. And it's like, bro, I have my own issues. Bro, I have my own problems, bro. Why haven't you been doing what I've been doing? We've all had the same amount of time. But do it in the King of Cups energy, in the King of Cups way, so that you don't push yourself off of balance in the meantime. Can I find the 3 Pentacles, please? The Tower. Could even be a relationship, like if you're a masculine and you have a girlfriend who always wants you to flip the bill, but y'all been dating for years. Or y'all even been dating for months and y'all already know each other's situation. So it's like she has what she needs. She just wants to see if you'll say yes, if he'll do it. And that goes a long way, on both ways, female or male. It goes both ways. Everybody likes, to be treated sometimes, and you know what I'm saying, have somebody have their back and think about them. But it's kind of like when you're in a relationship, you should honestly not expect your partner to do all of that. You should have it on your own, and it'll be the thought that counts, as in they should come up with it themselves. If you came up with it, that's not their thought, it's your thought. I mean, they might say yes, but it was your thought. That could also, can turn a good thing into a bad thing. Like, if you never say no and you never are honest about what you really can and can't do for them, like, because you need to do it for yourself. You're honest about your own self-love, your own self-respect, and you just let them walk all over you and take that. They might get used to it, and then that's what they're going to expect out of you every single time, right? Karmic. Plus, this person might even be a karmic anyways. You over here wasting money, time, all that, all your pretty pinnacles on this when it's not even what's for you, because you need to move on, because all that you got is all yours if you want it. Yeah, this karma could be all yours if you want it, but look what it's taking from you. It's not even giving you back what you're giving. And if you want to equal and give and take, well then that's not even it. Plus, this person might be a chameleon or a shapeshifter. They probably like this with everybody. As in, first they could be, even if this is somebody who could possibly be cheating on you, that's even worse. They're possibly cheating on you, but you're still giving them everything. One more card for the Scorpios. Oh my gosh, this person's a nutcase. Wow, okay. So yeah, this nutty person, like, it's okay to let them go and focus on yourself. It's okay to hold on to your pinnacles. It's okay. In fact, yo, that's your test. Even if you're in your giving energy and everything, just take a break. Because it's not like if they need it, if you don't give it to them today, that you can't give it to them tomorrow if they're a real one. You know what I'm saying? But, like, separation and honeymoon time apart is on the horizon, and enjoy the bliss of holiday time together, right? So first, the separation, right? Even if you got to go through it, it's a test. Feel me? I personally am not fans of testing other people, but this is a test even for you, because who knows? Who says that you're gonna go through with it, hard sign? You feel me? Who says that you're gonna go through with it? You're gonna be able to. And even now, that might make you realize who you really want around, who you really need around, who you really gonna miss. In other words, it's just a waste of whatever you find your main currency to be right now, if that's effort, time, or money. So somebody's gonna ask you for something. They're gonna ask you for something that you either can usually give them or that you usually give up, and focus on the things that usually make you feel like each time you have to question yourself on whether or not you should even be doing that. Focus on those. And practice saying no sometimes. And the people's reactions to you saying no, and tell them why you're saying no, say it's because I need to focus on myself for my betterment, for my health, for whatever, because I need to pay my rent, whatever. Make sure that they know it's for you, as in, like, yes, you should be taking care of yourself. And the people who disappear or get mad because you don't give them what they want are the people who are using you anyways. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. Another card for the reading, please. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Okay. Another card. For Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please. And wedding. This situation involves marriage. One more card. The Spirit says, make sure that you are marrying and that people are marrying or becoming involved with you for the right reasons. Because once you're locked in, you want to make sure that you're happy with what you actually have worked for. You want to make sure that you stay the emperor of your own life. The authority, the structure of your own life. Sometimes, like I said, there's people out here who breed people and who trap people, right? Trap people with babies. A man can trap a woman with a baby. It's like a woman can trap a man with a baby. Yeah, express it. And then the people, they want to get irritated, like, oh, well, why don't you give me that? Or what? What? You always do that, man. Give me that. And you're like, bro, that's not even yours. Like, sometimes you give so much that you might not even realize it, but in this person's head, now your stuff ain't your stuff no more. It's y'all stuff. Yeah, like, magician that out. Get that out the way. Tell them to go poof if need be. And move on, but leave the baggage. So that you can truly be an empress. But females, you feel me? Like, Like, think about if y'all know the movie Precious. Y'all can look at me now. Y'all know the movie Precious? And Precious's mom, that's Precious, that's her daughter, right? Like, usually, you know what I'm saying, most of us wouldn't be able to do that to our children, right? But this is because of how Precious's mom processes things, how her mom sees things. When each of those men left, she should have understood, or even when the Precious's dad left, she should have understood that that wasn't a good man anyways. For the reasons that he left and what he left behind anyways. But instead, she chose to find somebody to blame, and she blamed Precious. And that's when she was carrying baggage. So she was not the empress. She was not even the emperor of her own life. She was a mess. And spilled it all over her girl, all over her baby girl. And I remember a scene specifically inside the social, with the social cases, when the Precious's caseworker, her mom tried to make excuses like, oh, I begged him to stop. I begged him to stop touching Precious. I begged him to stop. And it's like, well, that's not Queen of Swords energy. Queen of Swords is going to tell you, you're going to stop. Now I begged him to stop. That's your baby girl. You tell him to stop. And that's what kind of control you got to have over your life. So that you can get what you're actually supposed to get and not have to carry this baggage anymore. Whether you think that you're making the choice to not, you're not making it consciously, you're making it unconsciously, of holding on to things that that leave you drained anyways. If it leaves you drained anyways, what are you holding on to it for? Especially if it be trying to run or be trying to leave, let it go. Before you mess up what's there. And one thing that's always going to be there is you. Because you literally cannot ditch you. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yep. Share advice. And the upright though. Change your perspective about things. It's not selfish to self-preserve. Because even if you self-preserve, you can still go out and seek somebody to help afterwards. But first you want to change your perspective. But try things in a new way, perspective. And it still might all work out how you want it to work out. With everybody that you want it to work out with. Clarify this new perspective for the Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. New perspective for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. The Hangman energy. Honestly discuss your feelings with others. Yes. Stop thinking that, like I said, you guys are intense, but that doesn't mean that you guys should not speak. It just means, even once you change your perspective, you'll even start to speak differently. You might speak the way that you want to where you weren't as hesitant to speak anymore because you feel like you're in the correct energy to say things how you really want them to be said. Amen. Your finances are a factor in your love life right now. Finance and career finances are a factor right now. Yeah. It's going to be a factor. I mean, shoot. If you can't eat, you might be irritated tomorrow. You might if you're hungry all the damn time, you're starving, you might not want to have sex with your partner. I don't know. Listen, butterfly effect, Scorpio. Handle yourself first. Be honest about what you can and can't do. You are not Superman or Superwoman. You are still amazing. And then the other reading, I think they said separation, but that doesn't mean that's not coming back around. You know what I'm saying? That's the point of letting things go so that the right things will come to you. Someone from your past is returning to your life. You want to be able to enjoy them or enjoy that when it comes back. So part of your new perspective will be, or should be, lighthearted. Should be content. You know, like I go to work, I eat, I sleep, but I do all of this for the best times to come. And like, yeah, you want to live like there's no tomorrow, but at the same time, you still want to be able to say that if tomorrow goes bad, I still got a blanket. Yeah, new perspective. Even ain't nothing wrong with changing your perspective on certain people too. You don't have to cut them off to change your perspective or how you see them too. Whether that be for forgiveness or distance. People used to say yes to, you say no to. People used to say no to, you say yes to. It's just a lot of different ways to change your perspective. So I hope this resonates and that you guys heard something that might help. And I wish you the best of luck on your new perspective, and I hope it's a beautiful view. Thank you for watching, Scorpios.